Hello and howdy everyone. The time has come for me to vote on the Screen Actors Guild Awards, which will be on television this Sunday, the 27th. I believe on TBS or TNT, 8/7 Central. Please support it. Every year I get to vote for this, luckily. It always makes me quite giddy. So I thought you would enjoy listening in as I ramble through my reasons for voting for whomever. I've taken a look at the list, and it's a very difficult year, but so much fine work, but I've got to make some decisions. Again, it's for television and film. I'll only be covering the film portion for this vlog. So first up is outstanding performance by a male actor in a leading role. This is by far the toughest decision for me. Bradley Cooper, Silver Linings Playbook. Daniel Day-Lewis, Lincoln. John Hawkes, The Sessions. Hugh Jackman, Les Miserables. Denzel Washington, Flight. All of these performances were amazing. I mean, not just like good, but amazing. It's a tough call. I loved all of them, particularly Hugh Jackman and Denzel Washington. I thought that their performances pretty much carried the film, their respective films for me, especially Denzel Washington in Flight. I think that Flight might be my favorite film out of all of those, well, except for maybe Lincoln and Silver Linings, but you know, they're all tremendous performances, but I only think one was magical, and I think that's Daniel Day-Lewis in Lincoln. There are moments of transcendence in his performance. So he is, with argument, the greatest living actor. So I cannot deny Daniel Day-Lewis. So I will be voting for Mr. Daniel Day-Lewis for Lincoln, and continue. Okay, up next is outstanding performance by a female actor in a leading role. We have Jessica Chastain for Zero Dark 30, Marion Cotillard for Rust and Bone, Jennifer Lawrence for Silver Linings Playbook, Helen Mirren for Hitchcock, and Naomi Watts, The Impossible. This is slightly easier for me. It's basically between Jessica Chastain and Jennifer Lawrence. I thought Naomi Watts was powerful in The Impossible, but nothing special. Helen Mirren in Hitchcock was good, probably the best thing about the film, but, you know, Marion Cotillard, Rust and Bone, I haven't seen, so I cannot vote for her. So it's down to Jessica Chastain and Jennifer Lawrence, and it is a tough call. I thought Jennifer Lawrence was breathtakingly beautiful in Silver Linings. Her character is obviously on the edge, troubled. I definitely believed it. You get to see her go through pretty much all of the emotions. Jessica Chastain, again, the film is tremendous, Zero Dark 30. Her performance is tremendous. She had, I think, to, sustain. Again, she pretty much carried the film. I think that's why I'm voting for her, because Jennifer Lawrence was more part of an ensemble, playing off other brilliant actors. Jessica Chastain, it was pretty much kind of a one-woman show with, brief appearances from other actors. So I really think, and her performance was very heartfelt and in times intense, and I thought just overall difficult. So I'm going to be voting for Jessica Chastain for Zero Dark 30, and continue. Up next is outstanding performance by a male actor in a supporting role. Also a nearly impossible selection for me to choose from. Alan Arkin in Argo, Javier Bardem, Skyfall, Robert De Niro, Silver Linings Playbook, Philip Seymour Hoffman, The Master, Tommy Lee Jones, Lincoln. All of these performances were, again, amazing. Fantastically amazing. I really don't know how to pick. I thought Tommy Lee Jones did a wonderful job. I think it's probably his best performance since No Country. You know, it's probably the best film. You know, he had the best character. You know, he had an extremely well-written part, and he brought it to life. I love Tommy Lee Jones, so I kind of want to vote for him. Robert De Niro, he's an idol of mine. But again, you know, he had a tremendous ensemble to work with, so I don't know. This kind of brings me to Philip Seymour Hoffman, who I do, you know, want to vote for. I thought he was tremendous in The Master. So was Javier Bardem in Skyfall. He was dangerous, he was psychotic, he was sexy, all at the same time. Alan Arkin, you know, Alan Arkin's brilliant, and he's a fantastic character actor who's been working forever. I don't think I necessarily saw anything too new from him in Argo, though he had a great character, and he's a great actor. So really it's down to De Niro, Hoffman, and Jones for me. And if a coin had three sides, you know, that would be very handy right now, because that's where I'm at. I think I'll go for Philip Seymour Hoffman, because he, you know, I don't know. You see, it tears me apart. You know, it tears me apart. I don't want to pick. You know, I don't want to pick. And I guess in the long run, it doesn't matter too much. So I don't know why I stress out about it. But, you know, P.S. Hoffman, he was the master. He was captivating. But he was definitely overshadowed by Joaquin Phoenix, in my opinion. Tommy Lee Jones, again, totally brilliant, overshadowed by Daniel Day-Lewis. De Niro, not overshadowed by anybody, you know, really, but everyone's so equal in that film. It's a really tough call. I'm going to go for Philip Seymour Hoffman, because I love him. Again, I love everyone on the list, but P.S. Hoffman's, you know, awesome. He's the only one on the list that I've met and worked with. So maybe I feel like a sense of loyalty there somewhat. So there you go. I'm going for P.S. Hoffman, the Master. And clicking on Continue. Okay, up next, outstanding performance by a female actor in a supporting role. Sally Field, Lincoln. Anne Hathaway, Les Miserables. Helen Hunt, The Sessions. Nicole Kidman, The Paperboy. Maggie Smith, The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel. I did not see The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel, nor did I see The Paperboy. So I'm, you know, eliminating those two. So it's down to Helen Hunt, Anne Hathaway, and Sally Field. All tremendous performances. I am leaning towards Helen Hunt because she gave the Sessions such heart, and she just did a tremendous job in that film. If you haven't seen The Sessions, it's fantastic. Please hunt it down. She's fantastic in it. She's beautiful in it. She does full frontal nudity a lot, which I think is brave. Sally Field, you know, held her own against Daniel Day-Lewis, which says something. But I really think I'm voting for Anne Hathaway. She was, you know, tremendous in Les Miserables. You know, I felt her pain. You know, I feel kind of guilty for voting for her because she was in the film so little. You know, I would be surprised if she had over 15 minutes of screen time in a 2-hour and 40-minute film. I mean, don't quote me on that, but it seemed like she wasn't in the film that much at all. But, you know, for her brief time in the film, she has to endure, you know, situations that no human would want to endure, and things happen to her that, you know, are heartbreaking. Her performance was heartbreaking, and the entire time she's singing. So I think just on a technicality, I'm going to have to vote for her. And, you know, she's incredibly beautiful, and, you know, the next wave of superstars, you know, she's definitely in that. So there you go. I'll vote for Anne. And clicking on continue. I've also met and worked with Anne Hathaway. She was very nice. Okay. Outstanding action performance by a stunt ensemble in a motion picture. The Amazing Spider-Man, The Bourne Legacy, The Dark Knight Rises, Les Miserables, Skyfall. I never saw The Bourne Legacy, so that's out. The Amazing Spider-Man, I mean, sure, I can see it, but I think it was primarily CGI. And I didn't so much enjoy that film. The Dark Knight Rises, I think that's who I'll vote for. Les Miserables, I mean, I get that. There's a lot of dancing. And a lot of it was, you know, actual. So that's, you know, something. Skyfall is an obvious choice, just because when you think of James Bond, you think of action. I'm going to go for The Dark Knight Rises because, you know, it's Batman, and I'm going to vote for Batman when I have a chance. And really, as I think about it, it had an expansive cast. Everyone was pretty much doing stunt work. Even a lot of extras were doing stunt work. So, I mean, I think I can honor that. There's very little CGI as far as I'm concerned. It would have to be either that or Les Miserables. Just because I don't remember, like, huge action set pieces in Skyfall. So, whatever. I'm going to go for Dark Knight Rises. Because, hey, it's Batman. So, continue. Alright, last one. Outstanding performance by a cast in a motion picture. Argo, The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel, Les Miserables, Lincoln, and Silver Linings Playbook. This is a tough one, but it's basically between Lincoln and Silver Linings Playbook. I honestly believe those are two of the best films of the year, if not the two best films of the year. You know, all the other ones, Marigold I didn't see, so I'm not going to vote for it. Les Miserables was good, Argo was good, but I don't think they're near as good as Lincoln or Silver Linings. So, here's a tough choice, because I do agree that Silver Linings had the ensemble nailed across the board, and all actors gave a tremendous performance across the board. Lincoln had, like, you know, a ton of speaking parts, had a ton of huge cast, is what I'm saying. All the acting was very good, but I'm not going to say it was par excellent across the board. And I think this is what it's asking about, is a cast. You know, it's your opinion on a cast. And every person in Silver Linings was brilliant. So, you know what? I'm voting for Silver Linings Playbook. Lincoln, it gets my Daniel Day-Lewis. Again, it had that. And, again, it's probably the best film of the year. But Silver Linings, I think, is very new and fresh and forward-thinking. And I think needs to be honored. And I think it actually will. I think it's gaining a lot of speed, especially this weekend. It was number like 3 in the box office. So that's fantastic, given that I watched Silver Linings for the first time on Thanksgiving. It was my Thanksgiving film. So now here, almost literally 2 months later, it's now number 3 in the box office. So I think it's gaining some ground and much respect, which it definitely deserves. So there you go. I'm voting for Silver Linings and clicking continue. And now we're into the television series, and yeah, I'm not going to record that stuff. So there you go. Again, the SAG Awards are this Sunday, the 27th. TBS or TNT, certainly at 8/7 Central. Check it out. Support the Screen Actors Guild. Thank you very much.